Okay, so JD Power just released the study, and there's a new king, queen / leader as far as kind of a different category. So we're not talking about the best insurance company in the nation or in the US, but we're talking about the number one for customer satisfaction in the digital insurance shopping experience. Now, before we actually release the information, which will be in a few seconds, I wanted to kind of preference not to take some of the hype away. Great job to you guys who achieved this goal. It's not easy to beat out your State Farms and your Farmers and your Allstates and your Progressives and your Geicos and all of those guys. Okay, so even though they've all gotten awards and they're all doing great, this is the first time that this company has actually made it to this level. Now, the downfall to say is that in the study, and I'm just going to read it straight from JD Power, if you actually read about what these reviews are about and what the category is, you're going to find that it's a little underwhelming as far as a customer perspective. So customers are a little bit less, not a lot, but a little bit less excited about the shopping experience. It's actually gone downhill a little bit because of there's just not as much innovation. We do have our Lemonades and our Root and our Cover insurances coming out, which I will link here for you guys to check those out. But apart from those, they're not typically in this large inspection. So when we're looking at this, those guys are usually more marketing focused, and they're fun to fill out the quote. They're quirky, they're easy, and check them out. The other part is the major companies are just not putting out the data. And I actually tried, I'll show you here in a second, I actually tried to do a quote with this company, and it kicked me out and said I had to call their 1-800 number. Typical for Michigan. So who's this company? Mark, stop lollygagging. I'm already 2 minutes into the video and you're okay. I see the comments blowing up. So the company that won the Insurance Digital Experience Study, who came in first place, congratulations, was Mercury Insurance. I'm like, who the crap is Mercury? I've heard them a million times, but I had to do a little bit more research. And so I tried to do a quote with them. I looked up their data. So apparently they're doing really good in the customer service section. And they've been around 1961, I believe, is what it said. They've got $5.9 billion in assets, 4,400 employees, 9,400 independent agents. So for Mercury Insurance, that's a huge feat. However, if you look a little bit deeper, there's not a lot of states that Mercury works with. So they're not as big as these larger companies. So the data is going to be a little bit smaller if they're finessing the states that they are competitive in, which I want to say according to their website, there was like 10 or 15 of them. I'm just throwing that number out there compared to most companies, which is like 40 plus. So there's a little bit of a leeway we've got to give them there. What I would recommend is, because it's unknown what states you're in, and I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think they work with a company similar or the same as Cover. So what I'll do is I'll actually link below if you guys have ever done a quote with Cover. Check them out. I have an affiliate link that I have with Cover, but if you want to check that out, I believe they're in that mix of shopping companies because they have like 30 plus companies that you can shop through. It's by far, in my opinion, one of the best ways to shop if you're not going to go directly to an agent and get the advice up front. You can do it without talking to a person. You fill it out. It's really simple. I'll actually link the review that I did of Cover down there as well next to that so you can check them out. Now with Mercury, they don't have a big slew of products. So like I said, they are doing great with their niche. They're sticking close to their what they're good at. And so they're doing auto, home, condo renters. Those are the typical four things. They're doing business, which is pretty much the golden ticket for everybody. That's what most companies are focused on. And they're doing something called mechanical protection, which we'll dive in a different video. So those are really the main things. They're not really focused on all of the extras and the additional pieces. They're not focused on the pet insurance and life insurance, although I don't know if they have products for that, but they don't show they do on their website. So for a company that's 1961, fairly new to the market, they're only 60 years-ish old, which seems like a lot, but for an insurance company, most of these companies were 1920s, 1940s. So they're a little bit behind where everybody came from, but I got a feeling that they're doing some good things. So what I would recommend is definitely subscribe, hit the bell icon, and we're going to do a review on Mercury next, and you're going to find out exactly what makes them tick and why J.D. Power has chose them above Geico and Progressive and State Farm and Allstate and AAA and all of those big named companies. Why did they win this satisfaction? We're going to dive into in a video on the specific company. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys. If you like the video, get a thumbs up. If you want more advice and tips like this, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'm Mark with Think Insurance. I'll see you in the next one.